Hello, today we are going to discuss a new topic, and that topic is modes of ATP generation. So the point of today's discussion is modes of ATP generation. That means how ATP can be synthesized. What are different mechanisms of ATP synthesis or ATP generation? We all know that during catabolic pathways like EMP pathway, TCA cycle, HMP pathway, glucose is metabolized, means glucose is catabolized, glucose is broken down, and from which the energy is released, that energy is stored in the form of ATP. But how exactly the energy is stored, how exactly the ATPs are synthesized, that is the point known as modes of ATP generation. Okay, so once the glucose or any substrate, whenever it is broken down, that releases energy, and that energy is stored in the form of ATP, because ATP it is an currency of energy currency of the cell. So that energy is stored in the form of ATP. How exactly the energy is stored in the form of ATP, or how exactly the ATPs are generated? There are two mechanisms by which ATP can be generated, ATP can be synthesized, and these two mechanisms are: first, substrate level phosphorylation. There are two modes of ATP generation. That means there are two ways of ATP generation. First, substrate level phosphorylation, and second, oxidative phosphorylation. Substrate level phosphorylation and oxidative phosphorylation. What is the difference between substrate level phosphorylation and oxidative phosphorylation? First, let's see substrate level phosphorylation, because in this lecture we are going to focus on substrate level phosphorylation. Okay, so what is substrate level phosphorylation? Before that, let's have a quick definition of oxidative phosphorylation, and then we will study substrate level phosphorylation in detail. So what is oxidative phosphorylation? Oxidative phosphorylation means a substrate molecule is oxidized, and during oxidation whatever amount of energy is released, that energy is used to synthesize or generate ATP. So during oxidation of substrate, the energy is released, energy is generated, and that energy, not generated but energy is released, and that released energy is stored in the form of ATP. That is called oxidative phosphorylation. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये काय होतं, substrate is broken down. We know that during glycolysis glucose is broken down and NADH is synthesized. This NADH, it acts as an electron acceptor. First electron acceptor in electron transport chain. It accepts the electron, releases or donates electron to further carrier, and finally electrons are transported to terminal electron acceptor in the electron transport chain. So कुठल्याही कॅटाबोलिक पाथवे मध्ये जेव्हा एखादा सबस्ट्रेट असेल, that substrate is oxidized, that releases energy in the form of electrons. Those electrons flows in electron transport chain, and during flow of electron the protons are released, and that is responsible for generation of ATP. That mode of ATP generation is called as oxidative phosphorylation. So during catabolism of any substrate, energy is released, and that energy is stored in the form of ATP, known as oxidative phosphorylation. Second way of ATP generation, and that is today's point of discussion, is substrate level phosphorylation. Substrate level phosphorylation. Okay. Substrate level phosphorylation. Now, what is the difference between substrate level phosphorylation and oxidative phosphorylation? Before that, we should know what is meant by substrate level phosphorylation. In short, it is also known as SLP, substrate level phosphorylation. Okay, what is SLP? A substrate molecule is catabolized, broken down, and during catabolism high energy phosphate is released. That high energy phosphate is added in the ADP, and that forms ATP. So what is a simple mechanism, very simple way of ATP generation is SLP. Substrate level phosphorylation, it is the simplest way of ATP generation, because what happens in this mode of ATP generation, a substrate is catabolized, means broken down, and that releases high energy phosphate, and that phosphate is added into ADP and that forms ATP. ओके, म्हणजे काय होतं इथं एखादा सबस्ट्रेट मॉलिक्यूल आहे. एक्झाम्पल सपोज दिस इज अ सबस्ट्रेट मॉलिक्यूल containing high energy phosphate group. This substrate is broken down, phosphate is released आणि हा phosphate नंतर मग ADP मध्ये ऍड केला जातो. ADP मध्ये phosphate ऍड केले की that forms ATP. So simple mechanism, substrate चा ब्रेकडाउन झालं, phosphate रिलीज झाला आणि तो phosphate ADP मध्ये ऍड केला. हाय एनर्जी phosphate असतो तो phosphate जेव्हा ADP मध्ये ऍड केला जातो, that time it forms adenosine triphosphate. So this is a simple way known as substrate level phosphorylation. So what is substrate level phosphorylation? It is the mode of ATP generation in which the high energy phosphate released after catabolism of substrate is used to synthesize ATP from ADP. And high energy substrate is catabolized, or high energy phosphate released during catabolism of substrate is used to generate or synthesize ATP from ADP. Substrate is catabolized, phosphate is released, that phosphate is added into the ADP and that forms ATP. This mode of ATP generation is known as substrate level phosphorylation. There are many examples of substrate level phosphorylation. Some examples we have already discussed in the EMP pathway. There are two examples, two reactions where ATP is synthesized by substrate level phosphorylation. In TC cycle there is one reaction. Okay, so let's see the examples of substrate level phosphorylation. First example, it is an example from EMP pathway, Embden-Madoff pathway. So first example, this is the first example. Look at the reaction. Reaction is simple. We know that during EMP pathway, fructose 1,6 diphosphate is cleaved by the aldolase enzyme and that forms glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetyl phosphate. Okay, now this glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate of EMP pathway, we have already discussed this in the EMP pathway. So glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate from EMP pathway, this is the structure of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, contains 3 carbons, 1, 2 and 3 carbon triisobarytes. This glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate undergoes oxidation reaction and that forms 1,3-diphosphoglycerate. So oxidation of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate gives rise to 1,3-diphosphoglycerate. Oxidation होतो म्हणजे काय होतं बघा इथं. In this particular reaction, hydrogen is released. This hydrogen is released, and that is accepted by NAD. That forms NADH, and phosphate is added at the first carbon position. Okay, it is already glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate means containing phosphate. So it is already phosphorylated. आता काय होतं? This hydrogen is released means it undergoes oxidation. That forms hydrogen is accepted by NAD. NAD gets reduced. That forms NADH. Enzyme catalyzing this reaction is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. Now this phosphate is added into the glyceraldehyde. That forms a diphosphate containing compound known as 1,3-diphosphoglycerate. Because already phosphate is there at third position. Now one more phosphate is added at first carbon at this position. That forms 1,3-diphosphoglycerate. Now this is the reaction where ATP is generated. Look at this. 1,3-diphosphoglycerate. In this reaction, 1,3-diphosphoglycerate, this bond is broken down. This bond is broken down. As a result, this is a substrate. Look at this. This is a substrate. 1,3-diphosphoglycerate. This is a substrate. This bond is broken down, means it is catabolized. Phosphate is released. This phosphate is accepted or added into ADP, and that forms ADP means adenosine diphosphate, means it already contains 2 phosphate plus this 1 phosphate, that forms ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So here ATP is generated and the remaining structure is known as 3-phosphoglycerate because it was 1,3-diphosphoglycerate. From first carbon phosphate is released, so it is now 3-phosphoglycerate. At this point, ATP is generated, so it is an example of substrate level phosphorylation. बघा डेफिनेशन जी सांगितली मी डेफिनेशन नुसार हा सबस्ट्रेट आहे 1,3-डायफॉस्फोग्लिसरेट कॅटाबलाइज केला म्हणजे तो ब्रेक केला फॉस्फेट रिलीज झाला आणि हा फॉस्फेट डायरेक्टली एडीपी मध्ये ऍड केला ADP plus this phosphate that forms ATP. So substrate is broken down for high energy phosphate is released that is added in the ADP and that forms ATP. This is the way of ATP generation known as substrate level phosphorylation. So this is the first reaction, first example from EMP pathway from where at which the substrate level phosphorylation is the way of ATP generation. Okay. Now second example is from EMP pathway. In the second example is from TCA cycle. Here the second example, there is mistake. This is 2-phosphoglycerate. This is 2-phosphoglycerate. So it is an example from EMP pathway. In this particular example, okay, glycerol layer 3 phosphate is converted to 1,3-diphosphoglycerate. Phosphate release that forms 3-phosphoglycerate. Now the next reaction we know that from EMP pathway, this 3-phosphoglycerate undergoes isomerization. म्हणजे काय होतं? थर्ड कार्बनचा जो फॉस्फेट आहे इट कम्स टू द सेकंड कार्बन. सो दॅट इज अँड 2-phosphoglycerate. याच्या पुढची जी रिएक्शन आहे ती आपली SLP ची रिएक्शन. So 2-phosphoglycerate here, 2-phosphoglycerate, it undergoes a dehydration, removal of water. Here water is released. It undergoes dehydration and that forms, look at this OH group and this H group. This OH and this H is released in the form of water and one phosphate is added. Sorry, phosphate is not added, phosphate is added here. So this OH and AH is released, 2-phosphoglycerate is from 2-phosphoglycerate and water molecule is released and that forms a compound known as phosphoenol pyruvate. Dehydration of 2-phosphoglycerate yields phosphoenol pyruvate. In the next reaction, look at this. At this particular reaction, what happens? This bond is broken down. हा जो बॉन्ड आहे हा बॉन्ड इथला ब्रेक केला जातो. हा एनर्जी फॉस्फेट आहे तो रिलीज केला जातो and this phosphate is again added into ADP and that forms ATP. So again ATP synthesized. काय झालं याच्यामध्ये? This is a substrate. Phosphoenol pyruvate is a substrate. Catabolized phosphate is released and that phosphate is added into the ADP that forms ATP. So again it is an example of substrate level phosphorylation. When phosphate is released, that forms a compound known as pyruvate. Pyruvate, it is an end product of EMP pathway. So here ATP is synthesized. So these are the two reactions from EMP pathway where ATP is generated by substrate level phosphorylation. Substrate is broken down. Substrate might be sugar or it might be any other organic compound. Substrate is broken down, phosphate is released, that phosphate is used to synthesize ATP. That is an substrate level phosphorylation. We have couple of more examples of substrate level phosphorylation. These two examples were from EMP pathway. Next example is from TCA cycle. Alpha ketoglutarate to succinyl-CoA and then succinyl-CoA to succinate. That is the third example. Alpha ketoglutarate to succinate. So this is a structure of alpha ketoglutarate. This alpha ketoglutarate it undergoes oxidative decarbonylation and that forms succinyl-CoA. This is an succinyl-CoA. and this succinyl CoA. Finally, this is an SLP example. This succinyl CoA, this bond is broken down and that forms a compound known as succinate. Here it is an oxidative decarboxylation. So hydrogen is accepted by NAD, that forms a reduced NADH, and here CO2 is released, decarboxylation, and coenzyme A is added. We know coenzyme A, it is in free form reduced. Here the bond is broken down, so the energy is synthesized in the form of GTP rather than ATP. Here GTP is synthesized. So look at this reaction. It is the reaction. It is an example from T-Say cycle. In the first reaction, alpha ketoglutarate undergoes oxidative decarboxylation. Oxidative decarboxylation means it undergoes two reactions. First, it undergoes oxidation, removal of hydrogen, and then it undergoes decarboxylation, removal of carbon dioxide. So first hydrogen is released and then carbon dioxide is released, CO2 is released. So this COOH group is released, and that is an oxidative decarboxylation of alpha ketoglutarate. Whenever it is released, then coenzyme A is added. At this point, coenzyme A is added, and that forms a compound succinyl CoA. So here COOH is replaced by coenzyme A, and the compound formed is succinyl CoA. This is the point of our interest. This is a reaction of our interest. What happens in this reaction? The bond, this is a bond. This is an thioester bond, high energy containing bond. This bond is completely broken down. Bond is hydrolyzed. This bond is hydrolyzed. So whenever this bond is hydrolyzed, it releases energy. This bond is hydrolyzed, it releases energy, and that energy is used to add phosphate into GDP, and that forms GTP. So here the thioester bond, high energy containing bond from succinyl CoA, is hydrolyzed. Once it is hydrolyzed, that releases energy, and that energy is used to add phosphate into GDP, and that forms GTP. GTP is nothing but an energy source which can be later converted to ATP. So again energy is generated from GTP. ATP can be generated. So again ATPs are generated by substrate level phosphorylation. इथं काय झालं बघा या रिएक्शन मध्ये, सबस्ट्रेट हायड्रोलाइज झाला किंवा सबस्ट्रेट ब्रेक झाला, फॉस्फेट रिलीज झाला नाही, एनर्जी रिलीज झाली. Enough amount of energy is released to add phosphate into GDP, and here the GTP is synthesized, means ultimately ATPs are synthesized by catabolism of substrate. So directly substrate पासून energy generate झाली, ATP generate झाली किंवा ATP synthesize झाला. So it is an example of substrate level phosphorylation. This is a compound called as succinate. Third example, once again I repeat, alpha ketoglutarate undergoes oxidative decarboxylation. The COOH group is released, replaced by coenzyme A, and finally this bond is hydrolyzed. The amount of energy released is stored in the form of GTP. This is a third example of substrate level phosphorylation. Next, one more example we have, that is fourth example. Now we know that during EAP pathway the end product is pyruvate. This pyruvate, it enters the T-Say cycle in the form of acetyl CoA. Okay, how exactly this reaction occurs? That is the reaction. This is pyruvate. First, this pyruvate undergoes, again it undergoes oxidative decarboxylation. It undergoes oxidative decarboxylation. This CO2 and this hydrogen is released. CO2 is replaced by coenzyme A. Again same kind of reaction. Here the CO2 is replaced by coenzyme A, hydrogen is released, accepted by NAD, and that forms a compound called as acetyl-CoA. This is an acetyl-CoA. This is a high energy containing bond. Coenzyme A. acetyl-CoA. काय झालं बघा या रिएक्शन मध्ये? हा पायरुवेट मॉलिक्यूल आहे. पायरुवेट अंडरगोज ऑक्सिडेटिव्ह डिकार्बोक्सिलेशन. Hydrogen accepted by NAD, CO2 is released, decarboxylation, and coenzyme A is replacing the CO2. That forms an CH3COA, that means acetyl-CoA. This is a high energy containing bond. Again, high energy containing bond, acetyl-CoA. Finally, this bond is hydrolyzed. This bond is hydrolyzed. That releases the amount of energy, and that energy is again stored in the form of ATP. So here again ATP is generated. A bond hydrolyze झाला, hydrolyze झाल्यानंतर energy release झाली. That energy is used to add phosphate into ADP. That forms ATP. But the remaining compound is CH3COOH. That means acetic acid. It is an acetic acid. So what happens in this reaction? First, pyruvate undergoes oxidative decarboxylation. That forms acetyl-CoA. Now acetyl-CoA has a high energy bond. Bond is broken down, hydrolyzed. Amount of energy released. That energy is used to synthesize ATP. By adding phosphate into ADP, ATP is synthesized, and that forms a compound called as acetic acid with release of ATP. So this is a fourth example of substrate level phosphorylation. So these are some examples of substrate level phosphorylation. So once again, what is substrate level phosphorylation? Any substrate, whenever it is catabolized, it releases energy, or it releases high energy phosphate compound, and these are used to synthesize ATP directly or from GDP, that is from GDP. This is called as substrate level phosphorylation. Okay, clear? Thank you.